Josh, thank you for joining us in the Habitz Podcast studio. What makes you our guest expert when it comes to video content?
Thanks for having me. I think I make professional video content for our clients at the business, and I've got weekly uploads on my YouTube channel where I teach filmmaking, tutorials, behind the scenes stuff from our shoots and vlogs. So that's the main thing from our content side.
So, I mean, this is a subject quite close to both of our hearts. It's what we do. It's what we do is our living. So, I'm sure you will have lots and lots of bad habits that you see happening that people do. So, can you share some of those with us?
Yeah, I think one of the main things that I see a lot of on LinkedIn or any social media platform is like people want that instant sort of gratification when they start creating video content. So they'll think, right, I'm going to start creating videos. So I'll just jump in my car, I'll make a video. Like, number one, if you're just going to just jump on your phone and make a video, a talking head piece, a lot of people, for one, they won't even look at the camera lens, they'll look at the screen. And there might be like a perception of your company or your brand before that video gets released that it could be quite a big sort of structure or entity. And you make that one video and it just destroys like all them years of hard work and brand that you've built because you just want to make a video off the cuff. So I think that's one thing, is like people just jumping straight into it. And then the vanity metrics, like people think that I might get 1,000 views or 10,000 views, whereas I would rather have 10 of my ideal client watch a nicely produced video of my work rather than 1,000 people from the other side of the world that's never actually going to engage with us as customers. So I think that's one of the main bad habits that I see. And also people just rambling on for too long. You know, time's so precious, especially on any platform, but like YouTube, you've got to get that click through, so you've got to have the thumbnail and title right. And then when they get there, you need to deliver straight away. You know, you've got to just get in and get out and try and build that rapport with an audience over time so you can actually start stretching out your content a little bit further. But stuff like this, you know, 8-9 minute pieces of content for LinkedIn, it's perfect. People can literally watch it like on the toilet, as Mike said. You know, that's how fast it is.
So we've heard some of your bad habits. Now let's move on to the good habits.
Practice is the main thing. So when I speak to clients and anybody that's considering starting a YouTube channel, making content for LinkedIn, I always say, if that's something that you're going to commit to, one, you need to commit to it over time because it just doesn't happen overnight. So you need to sort of invest the time in content and it will grow eventually. But try spend 30 days leading up to your first release date practicing. So when you're going from work, try talk to your camera, almost give a rundown of your day to yourself. It never has to see the light of day. You can just leave it on your phone, watch it back, and you can sort of critique yourself. But over that 30 days, you're going to get a lot better. So when you do release on day one, you've got 30 days of practice in, rather than just being sort of a bit wooden and a bit stiff on that first one. And that's what people see straight away, whereas they might see a better version of you over time.
How long would you sort of recommend for people to practice then, over those 30 days?
Everyone's different out there, but I think if you could practice once a night, so I think it'd be quite easy to just sort of reiterate your day, like what have you done in that day, and as if you're talking to an audience, because that's the main thing. When you're talking down a camera lens, there's no one there, but you've got to talk as though somebody's actually there, because that's what sells the product that you're presenting it. So I'd say just do it once a night over 30 days. If you are really good and you think, oh, I've nailed it after 10 days, you know, crack on, start releasing.
Okay, so good habit number one is just practice, practice, practice. The more you do, the better you'll get.
Definitely, yeah.
So habit number two?
Yes, so the next one would be using tools like Answer the Public. We spoke about that off air before. There's literally a website where you can find out what people are searching for. That could be the base of your topics. So what are people searching for in your niche? You can answer those questions. Do your keyword research before you start recording. Make sure you've got a good structure to the video. So a good intro, get straight to the point, get the body of the answer in there, and a good outro. If you've got a call to action, you want people to contact you. Just build a nice structure to your video. And yeah, just get in and get out. Time's precious.
I think that's a really important one. And apart from you giving away all of our trade secrets, you have got a massive point there. I think rather than doing videos that you think people should be watching, it's make videos that people are searching for, that people already want to watch. Because if you do that, then you know that there's an audience for it already. You're not suddenly trying to pluck people out of thin air to watch it, are you?
Yeah, it's evergreen content as well. Like it'll be there forever. You know, people can just come back to it, and you can build on that. So like that's what I've done. I've built a base of like tutorials on filmmaking, and then I've built on top of that with behind the scenes vlogs, and I just keep adding to it. But that base is what sort of just sets you and sort of establishes you as somewhat of an expert in whatever field or niche you're in.
Amazing. So good habit number 3.
Yeah, habit number 3, I'd say, is just be yourself. It's quite easy to then go online, do your research, find somebody that you really like. Like in my niche, there's people like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon. They're all like really high-end video guys. They've got a real style. And if you try to replicate it, one, you're a copycat. But it's not you. You'll get found out straight away. Like, I'm not a cool tattooed Canadian dude that's like, you know, got a cool coffee brand sponsored him. So it just doesn't work. I'm a guy from Leeds. We make videos for all sorts of companies and people. So my behind the scenes are going to be a lot different, and the videos are going to be a lot different to that person. So I think be yourself, and people will resonate with that. People will see that you're authentic, and that will ultimately help in the whole sort of sales process as well. I found that a lot of people that have consumed my content, they build a rapport without me even speaking to them, because they've got the vibe of what we're about through the videos. And then when they do pick up the phone, it's almost like that initial icebreaker's done. You know, they've consumed it. And you'll probably see it with Mike when they come in here. They've built up a bit of rapport without ever actually meeting him. So it's so powerful, this video, if you can get it done right.
I agree with that, and I think, like you say, the biggest part of that is being yourself. If all of a sudden, especially if you're using this video content for business, they've seen something or someone that's really not you, and is maybe like really over the top on video, or trying to use words or phrases that aren't natural to you, the second they pick up the phone, the second they're sat in front of you in a business meeting, it's all gonna disappear, isn't it? That all of a sudden you're with a stranger again, because that rapport's not been built up.
Yeah, and the sort of danger of wanting to over-present. You know, I'm not media trained, but I guess in like the real world of like LinkedIn and all that sort of stuff, if people are over-presenting on the videos and they get just a regular dude in a meeting, it doesn't add up. So you need to give the people online what you are offline in a professional network like LinkedIn, I think.
Yeah, don't overpromise and under-deliver.
Yeah.
If anything, do the other way around.
Yeah,
it's always going to be a success that way, aren't you?
That's what I aim for. Under-promise, over-deliver.
Okay, so thanks for all of your bad and good habits. If people want to get in touch with you for you to sort their video content out, where can we find you?
My pleasure. It's you can go onto YouTube and search Josh Gudgeon. All of my Instagram handles are @the Josh Gudgeon on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Connect with me on LinkedIn, or check out our company website, getyourmedia.co.uk. So
thanks to Josh from Get Your Media sharing his tips when it comes to video content. If you've got any good or bad habits when it comes to creating video content, let us know in the usual places, and join us next time on another Habitz Podcast.